Welcome to the Coaches Show. I am Brian Stanley. We are back for episode 3. The Royals are running at 2-1 on the basketball court. With me is head coach Terrance Harris of your Mission Prep Royals men's basketball program. Coach, coming off a weekend of starting basketball. You got 3 games under your belt, Coach, with 2 big wins. You got the season opener against Bradshaw Christian. You got the a win at home at Coates Court over Pioneer Valley. And then you got a really tough loss against Central that your team grinded out against.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about your performance through the first 3 games with the team.
Yeah, quite honestly, we weren't sure exactly what to expect. It's always a challenge when you're working hard and you feel like you're doing great, but you're just practicing against yourself. You're not seeing other competition. So that barometer, and we did not have a fall with all of our squad. We had limited pieces of the puzzle available to us this fall. So we're learning a lot about ourselves as we go. I would say I'm pleased with the start through the first 3 games. 2-1. Solid record. I told the young man after our game versus Central, I come into every game I play expecting to win, and I prepare for every game as if we expect to win. We didn't get a W in that game, but we learned a heck of a lot about ourselves and some things that we needed to get better at. It was perfect for us in that moment. It was what we needed. I was proud of the effort. We played courageously even when we got down big in the second half. So we're learning a lot about ourselves and where some strengths, where some weaknesses are, and really some areas of focus that we've had over the last couple of days in order for us to be able to get better.
I absolutely agree with you, Coach. I saw the team rally around J.J. Howard in that second half against Central, which brought you back from a 12-point halftime deficit down 20 midway through the second half to close it out by 4. It was as close as 2 at one point and ended up being up as 4. So the team really rallied together as a whole to close that gap against a Central team that never let off the throttle the whole way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Frankly, that's the first time these guys have seen pressure like that since we went to Central last year in the playoffs. So it definitely took some getting used to and took some adjustments from coaching staff during the game. But we didn't quit. Central, that pressure is that's what the Valley brings. That's the style that you're going to see in much of the Central section. So we needed that kind of test. We needed to face that kind of pressure. There were times where we failed in that game in terms of execution. But I think it was an important experience for us to have, and it gave us some things to focus on this week in practice as we're trying to prepare ourselves for the long haul. So, you either you can win, you win or you learn. It's kind of one of the sayings, and I think we learned a lot of things, and that's what was important there. The team did rally around JJ. He had a great second half. He was very aggressive and led us. And now we've got a few other guys that can really score the basketball. We've got guys that can shoot it, guys that can get to the rim, and so that was one of the other takeaways for us is we're working on finding ways to get that balance with our team and get some other opportunities for guys that we know are very capable with the basketball.
Yeah, and you speak of those other guys, and I want to point out double-digit career highs already set early on in this season. Wyatt Mulhard with a 13-point career high against Central. Jude Callahan with a 16-point career high against Central. And then Jamar Howard had a 27-point career high in his debut against Bradshaw Christian. And he has a total of 76 points in 3 games already. So he's blazing the trail early on, setting himself up as the leader of this squad on the court.
Yeah. I mean, there's no doubt he's a special player with some great talent. He can score it from all 3 levels. He's got some things that he's going to continue to work on, right, in order to get the most out of his self. But he's a fantastic player with a lot of great skills. We know that Jude can score it. That's something he's done at every level that he's played at, and we're going to need that from him in order to have again that balance that I was talking about. Wyatt has emerged. He's only a sophomore, but he has risen to the challenge right away. He's a very athletic kid, but he's also a very cerebral basketball player. He's got the ability to be another coach on the court because he sees the game well. He really understands the game. He studies the game. When he watches basketball, he's taking away notes of, hey, we would need to stop this kid, or this is a strength of this team. This is so just the way he approaches the game is great. He's going to continue to grow as a player because he's got the work ethic and the skill set to do so. We've got a guy, Grant Callahan, that we really want to get on track. Grant is our leading returning scorer from last year's squad, and he's gotten in foul trouble the last few games, and that's hampered him a little bit. But we definitely want to get Grant on track because we know how well he can score the basketball as well. And honestly, it doesn't stop there. There are other guys that are very capable of putting the ball in the hole. Luke Jacobson is one of the best shooters in the program. The kid can really shoot it, and he'll find his opportunities. We've got good pieces. A guy like Spencer Riegler, who hasn't gotten a lot of time yet, is also a kid who can really shoot it. So we're working through finding those opportunities and finding the right space and pace to play at to get the most out of our guys.
Sorry, I knocked over a lamp in the process. I quickly grabbed it.
You got excited, man. You got excited.
I got excited. I was thinking about Grant Callahan. I'm glad you brought him up. It refreshed my memory as he's in my notes. He just got an offer yesterday for football from the University of Laverne, yes, along with another, I'll say a slew of Royals this week, getting an offer from the University of Laverne after making a stop on campus to meet the athletes. So congratulations to Grant Callahan on his future endeavors post high school. But let's stay in the high school ranks real quick. I want to give you your thoughts.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say that's big time for G. We are really excited for him. He found out actually during practice. Coach Schuster came in and said, "Hey, I think there's something you need to know about." So we were excited to break up practice a little bit to celebrate G and that achievement. Couldn't be happier for the young man. He's a great kid, great athlete, great worker, and he's a leader. So excited for whatever comes, but we were really happy for him. And that's Mudita, joy in the success of others. Our guys were really stoked for him.
So let's talk real quick about the Pioneer Valley win. You got your first win this season at Coed's Court over the Panthers, a game that was originally scheduled in Santa Maria, but moved to San Luis Obispo. A solid win over the Panthers, who are struggling at a 1-7, coming in 1-6. Talk about how that win was crucial to keep the momentum flowing with this squad as you return back into hoops at the Coast this weekend.
Yeah, we needed that win. Absolutely. Those are games at home that you've got to win. I'll tell you what, though, Ross Rivera, he does a fantastic job getting those guys to play hard and execute well. And so in the preseason, really what you want is to see a bunch of different styles of play and be tested in a lot of different ways. And that game was very different than the Bradshaw Christian game. It was very different than the Central game. And so I was glad that it was, because we needed that different flow. We played from ahead in that game. We lost a big lead, got really close, and then we had to refocus and push that lead back out again. And then late in the fourth, we had to play a game where we wanted to play with less tempo, where we wanted to take time off the clock. So I mean, it was a great opportunity to work on some things in game situations and still come away with a win. Yeah, like you said, carry that momentum into this weekend is the goal. As we get ready to play San Marcos this evening.
And San Marcos Royals, it's a the Santa Barbara County Royals versus the San Luis Obispo County Royals. This is a matchup that we last saw back in 2008, your first year of coaching, Coach. You played the Royals at the Coast Union tournament on December 7th, if my notes are correct.
Okay.
Yes. No, excuse me. December 8th. I'm sorry. That was a year before you. My notes were a little off. A year before you.
What year was it? What year was it?
2007. So it was a year before you.
I was there. I started in 2006.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. 2006 was my first year.
And I knocked the lamp over again. That pesky lamp. I gotta fix that. I thought you were forgive me. I thought you were an assistant then, right?
Nah, 2006 season was my first season as head coach.
Well, then I am. Oh yes, I'm looking at the wrong side of my notes.
That's all right.
So yes, you would have played them. It was 2007.
Okay.
Coast Union tournament was the last time you played them. They beat the Royals 60-40. The Royals hold a 2-1 record. Sorry, saying the Royals way too much now. Mission Prep holds a 2-1 record over San Marcos.
Okay.
San Marcos won the last game 60-40.
Okay.
And all three games were 2005, 2006, and 2007 at the Coast Union tournament.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while. Let's leave that light down.
And let's see, it's been a while. We've played them. We've done some summer series with them, going to their place and them coming to our place, but they're a good squad. They've got a couple of really good players, some really good shooters. They got a couple of good athletes, a little bit of size. So I know their record is not a great record, but they've played against some tough opponents.
Yes.
And they're a legit ball club that we're gonna have to be ready to play tonight. They're gonna bring pressure similar to what Central did. Seeing a few of their games, they love to press, and if we answer that pressure with aggressiveness and success, we'll back them off. But if we don't, the pressure will only ratchet up. So something that we've worked on this week, and hopefully we see growth versus what we did against Central in terms of facing that pressure.
Yeah. So Coach Hicks is the head coach of San Marcos, and he sports a 45-28 record in 4 years. So their record this season, 2-4. Like you said, they've played some tough teams. They're 2-2 at home, 0-2 on the road, and it's going to be a good matchup. And then on Saturday at 4:30 tip-off, you have the Dos Pueblos Chargers of Goleta, the greater Santa Barbara area. Another tough matchup for the Royals to conclude the Hoops at the Coast tournament. Yeah,
and honestly, I haven't looked too much into Dos Pueblos yet. I think we saw them this fall, but it'll be a quick turnaround after tonight's game, getting some study, and just seeing what we can find out about DP and preparing to play those guys. But we wanted a tough schedule. We wanted to prepare ourselves for league, and give ourselves the best opportunity to be successful in league this year. And so we've got two more tough opponents with what I think will be slightly different styles. Excuse me. What I think will be slightly different styles to play against this weekend. So looking forward to it, man. It's all fun. Looking forward to new challenges and really seeing how responsive our guys are to some of the things that we've thrown at them this week.
And before we wrap this up, Coach, any glimpses into next Tuesday contest against the Eagles, which is your Mountain League opener?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while. It's been a while since we've gotten AG. So we're going to stay focused on what's ahead of us Friday and Saturday.
Want to know.
But certainly we'll be preparing vigorously for the open of league. I mean, that's what you do this for, right? To try and win a league championship. That's a goal every year. And so we're excited about that opportunity. It's very different, man, getting a league game this early in December. They'll have a little bit of an advantage. They play plenty more games than we have. So they've worked through plenty more of those like little kinks and such. But it is what it is. We're starting early, and we'll be excited to kick off league next week.
One final thought for you, Coach. I was interviewed Tom Donovan at the halftime against Pioneer Valley, and I asked him what the team's record is, and he got me with the 1-0.
That's right.
He hooked me and he reeled me right in, and I was like, Coach, you've only played one game. He's like, nah, we played plenty.
Yeah,
we're 1-0.
1-0 every day. That's the goal.
1-0 every day. Coach,
focus on what's ahead of you.
Appreciate you joining us for the Coaches Show. It's your show as always. I'm Brian Stanley, Terrance Harris, Chris Sylvester. Thank you for joining us. Have a great day.
Thanks for having me, Brian.
Don't forget, 6:30 tip-off, Prep Sports Network, Mission Prep versus San Marcos, Royals versus Royals.
That's right.